Hi guys, my name's Katie, welcome back to my channel. I thought today I'd just have a bit of a chat with you to tell you about things I've been reading since the start of the year, because obviously I decided to start my channel in March. So I'm going to explain about things I've read since the start of the year, what ratings I've given them, delve a little bit into my thoughts and opinions, and tell you also what I'm currently reading at the moment and how many books I'm hoping to read this year according to Goodreads. So since the start of the year, I've read 12 books and I've enjoyed every single one, which is obviously lovely. That's always a bonus. And mixed ratings, obviously, but none that are too bad. So yeah, the first things I've actually read this year, I started to read the graphic novels of The Walking Dead last year. Been a big fan of the show since it started, so I thought I'd have a read of the comics, see how different they are, how similar they are, and they're very, very good. They are different, obviously, but still very, very good. And I've read editions 7 to 10 this year, well, volume 7 to 10 this year. I'll just hold them up so you can see. Obviously, I'm not too sure how long they are. There's the bind up, there's like 6 stories in one, so there's plenty of content in them. Very, very good, very enjoyable. A lot more gory than the TV show. There's characters that are a bit different aspects, and relationships are very different from the TV show, which was a bit difficult to get my head around because, like I said, I started watching the TV show first years ago when it first started. I watch it every single year, and yeah, very, very different, but very, very good. And as always, every edition I've read from 1 to 10 has all been a 5-star read. Can't do no wrong, very, very good. I need to order the next few, and I think I will be doing that soon. But obviously, money situations and that, it's not always possible. But I will do, hopefully. And when I do, and I do read them, I will be updating you and giving you some reviews and some of my thoughts on them. The next book I read was my first audiobook of this year, which was The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, which was very, very enjoyable. I loved listening to that. I've seen the movie when I was a kid, and it was lovely. I really enjoyed it. I can't remember much of it because I was only young, so I probably do need to watch it again. But as regards to the audiobook, very, very enjoyable. I love the Tin Man. He's so lovely to read about. And I know there's more books that are in the series, and I do plan on reading the next one very, very soon. And I gave the audiobook 4 stars out of 5. Very, very good. The next book I read was a Christmas present from my boyfriend. He bought me about 10 books for Christmas, I think, which I only expected maybe 2 or 3, but yeah, I got 10. The next book I read was Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. I haven't got it on me at the moment because it's at my house and I'm currently filming at my boyfriend's house. But this is one of the best books I've read so far this year. Very, very, very funny. I've never read books about pirates before, so it was a first. I didn't really know what to expect. I've heard very good things about it because obviously I know it's been going around on BookTube and all that kind of thing. Very, very good. I love the main character, Alosa. Alosa, I think that's how you say her name. I can't remember the name of the love interest in the book, but he was also very good. Basically, the plot is she's captured by this other pirate ship. Her father is basically like owns the sea. He's like basically like pirate royalty, and what he's asked her to do is get herself captured, obviously make it look like it's not deliberate and it's an accident. And what she's trying to do is find these 3 different pieces of this treasure map, which will lead her and her dad to this massive island full of all this magical treasure and all this money and everything that pirates live for, basically. Obviously there's problems along the way. She obviously finds herself distracted by a lot of stuff, mainly the first mate of the pirates, who I can't remember his name, I'm very sorry. But loads of things happen. There's plot twists, there's obviously deaths, there's, like I said, love interests. I think from what I've seen there's going to be a bit of a love triangle going on, which I think in this essence I won't mind, because the other person who is, I think, going to be the love interest is a pretty interesting character. The next book in the UK comes out the 13th of this month, so obviously I'm going to get that straight away as soon as it comes out and read it straight away. I just wish there was more to the series, but yeah, it's very, very fun. Fast paced as well. I think I read it within about 2 or 3 days, which is pretty fast for me. If you do like fantasy elements with a bit of magic thrown in and pirates and all that kind of stuff, I highly recommend Daughter of the Pirate King. It is, like I said, one of the best books I've read so far this year, and I can't wait for the sequel. I'm really, really excited. Okay, the next book I read this year is a biography all about a British TV actor called David Jason, and the book is called Only Fools and Stories. I've been a fan of David Jason since I was a kid. I've watched him on TV growing up, and he's done loads of various different TV shows. He started off in theatre like a lot of actors do. He's done a few films. Just a very, very lovely man. He's the kind of person you'd want as your granddad. He's lovely. And I read his first biography a couple of years ago when I'd bought me for Christmas, and it was all about him when he was a kid and how he got to be where he is now and what interested him in acting and all that kind of stuff. More of his personal life and like the death of family members and how it affected him and all that kind of thing. But this one is all about all the different characters that he's played and all all the thought processes of how he gets into these characters, how he molds himself, all the traits he brings to people, backstage gossip and news and stories from all the different TV shows he's been on, information about other actors that he's worked with, people that he's got on with, people that he hasn't got on with, all that kind of stuff. And obviously because I'm a fan of him, I have been since I could walk. This is one of the best books that I've read this year. It's very, very funny. It didn't read like a non-fiction book. It's literally like you're sitting in front of him and he's just telling you these stories, just talking to you, telling these stories. I really did love this book. This book gave me a bit of a book hangover for about a week or two. I didn't want to read anything else because I was still lost in this world. I was so sad when this book was over, like really, really sad. I need his next one, and I'm pretty sure after the success of his first one and this one that I've read, there should be another one. Hopefully, maybe I'll get another one this Christmas. Fingers crossed. But yeah, very, very good. If you like biographies and you do know who David Jason is, then I recommend reading Only Fools and Stories because it's a very, very enjoyable, quick, funny, lovely, lovely read. And the next set of books were recommended to me by one of my friends on Facebook. I've been friends with her for a few months now, and she knows the kind of books that I like reading. I like reading like fantasy, urban fantasy, like magical realism, that kind of thing. So she recommended a series to me called the Sweep series by Kate Tiernan, and there's 15 books in total. And this is the first edition of the book. This is the Sweep one. This is a bind up of the first 3. So I've got 5 books, which have 3 books in one. So I read the first one, Book of Shadows, a couple of months ago now, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It was okay. It wasn't one of the best books that I've read. I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. A good introduction to a series. It's good. I've read quite a lot of books. I think I maybe would have enjoyed it if I was a bit younger. Say if I was about 19, 20 years old, I think I would have enjoyed it more. It's a bit tropey. And it's a little bit on the cheesy side. They're very, very fast, easy reads, which is obviously a good thing. It's just what I need. It's just what I need at the moment. The first one was okay, like I said. The second one, again, I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars because yeah, it was good, but it was kind of like more of the same of the first book. It elaborated a bit more on what's been going on. So basically, the first story is about a girl called Morgan who is just your everyday teenage girl. She's 16 years old, goes to high school, has good grades, spends time with her family, has a good group of friends who she sees regularly, that kind of thing. And a boy called Cal joins school. He's a senior, so obviously he's a year or two older than Morgan. Instantly becomes friends with everybody. He's the kind of person that gets on with everyone. He can adapt to different groups of people. He's just a very, very nice, easygoing, friendly, bubbly person. Obviously, sparks Morgan's interest because he's a typical kind of leather jacket wearing, dark haired, broody, good looking kind of boy who, like most teenage girls in these books, always just instantly seem to fall in love with. Gets to know him. He befriends her and her group of friends. And then eventually, not too far into the book, starts talking to them about Wicca. He practices Wicca, he's very much into it. And he tells them that he's a witch. So her and her friends perform this circle with him. He becomes like their coven leader. I won't say too much more about it. That's basically what happens in the first book. So in the second book is obviously, like I said, more of the same. The third book, Blood Witch, was a lot better. I gave it 3.7 stars, more character development, a few more plot twists, which were very, very good. Like I said, more character development, they're maturing, so it's getting a bit more easier to read, a bit more relatable, because even though they're the same age, they seem like they're getting older, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, like I said, the third book, it was better than the others. Obviously, it's getting progressively better. But yeah, this is the first 3 of the bind-up that I read, and then obviously I carried on with the series because, like I said, very, very fast, easy books. I think each book is between 100 to 200 pages, so they're not that long. It doesn't feel like you're reading loads of separate stories, so it feels like you're reading it all in one, which is very, very good. And so I'm currently reading the second the second lot of books in the series. I've read Dark Magic, which was the fourth book, and I gave that 4 stars. That one's my favourite one so far. Loads more plot twists. I didn't see the ending coming of the book, and one of the nicer characters, who's like a beloved character, completely changes as plot twists, and you don't see it coming. And I was so surprised. I was talking to my friend about it. I couldn't believe it, and I'm still quite surprised about it now that that's happened, because you just don't see it coming. It's not what you expect at all. You think one character is going to end up portraying somebody, and turns out to be a completely different character, which to me gave it a better rating. So I gave this one 4 stars because of that plot twist. It's very, very different to the others. It's going in a different direction now. Getting better. Her writing's getting better as it goes on as well. It's not as tropey, not as many cliches. The dialogue's so much better. There's more character development, different relationships and different things happening for the characters. So the plot twists in the fourth book were very, very good. I'm currently reading the fifth book, which is Awakening. I'm about halfway through and enjoying it. I haven't read much for the last couple of days because I haven't really been feeling it. I haven't been feeling too well. But I'm going to be carrying on this later today. And like I said, once I finish this one, next time I post some reviews of books I've been reading, I will let you know what I think. But yeah, very, very good at the moment. Very, very fun. Easy read. If that's what you're needing at the moment, like some just fun escapism that's quick and not too heavy, then I'd recommend these books. They're very, very good. And I'm currently reading as well. There's a trilogy called the Midnight Texas Trilogy by Charlaine Harris, who's famous for writing the Sookie Stackhouse series. And I know that's like 15 books long as well, but I've never actually got around to reading that. I want to at some point. But my boyfriend's sister recommended these books to me, and I'm currently reading the third one in the Midnight Texas books, which is called Night Shift. And I started reading this about 2-3 months ago, and it's come to a bit of a standstill. And that's not because it's bad. I'm enjoying reading it. I love the first one. The first one was very, very good, which is called Midnight Crossroad. The second one is called Night Shift. This one is good, but because of all the stuff that's going on, it's like got supernatural elements to it. There's like shape-shifting and vampires and psychics and all that kind of telekinesis, things like that. It's very, very good, but it's quite heavy because obviously there's like corruption and lies and deceit and death and adultery and all that kind of thing. It's very heavy. It's good, and because I haven't felt very well for a while, the text is quite small in the book, so obviously it's harder to read. It's come, like I said, come to a bit of standstill. It's not because it's a bad book. I am enjoying reading it. It's just I fancied, so I was in the mood for something lighter, so started to read something lighter, and I've kind of got sidetracked now with the Sweep series, and I will come back to this at some point. I do like her writing style. I do. It's good. Very, very interesting. There's a TV show out of it now as well, which I'm wanting to watch because it looks really good. I don't say that much about like book to TV adaptations, but I'm hoping to finish this soon, so then I can watch the TV series with my boyfriend, because I've told him about the books and he said it sounds interesting. So hopefully we'll watch the TV shows soon. I just need to finish it first. Hopefully I will be doing in the next couple of months. I will finish this. And another book I'm currently reading is the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. And again, it's one of them that I'm enjoying. I read Throne of Glass a couple of years ago and I didn't like it. I didn't like the first book that much. It's my main issue is the protagonist, Selena. I like her, but she's in the first book she's a bit bratty and a bit spoiled and a bit arrogant and stuff. She still is now, but it's not as bad, and she's got more of a reason to be now. I enjoy the books. It's just the same as the Midnight Crossroad books. It's come to a standstill. It takes me ages, absolutely ages, to read Sarah J Maas books. I don't know why, because they're not written badly or anything. They're good, the stories, they're good, the concepts are good, and I like a lot of the characters. Just come to a bit of a standstill. I will be reading that. It's on my Kindle, so obviously that's why I haven't held it up to show you. But I will be reading that soon, hopefully finish that soon, because I really want to read Tower of Dawn, because I like Chaol. Controversial, I know, because I know a lot of people don't. But I want to finish the Throne of Glass series first, obviously before I read Tower of Dawn, because of spoilers and things like that. But again, when I do get around to reading Queen of Shadows, whenever that may be, I will update you guys and tell you what I think, and obviously delve more into my thoughts and opinions on it. But that's like books I've read so far this year and what I'm currently reading. Like I said, my Goodreads goal is at 55 books and I'm on track for it at the moment. So hopefully I'll hit 55 books. If not, then I don't mind too much. As long as I'm enjoying what I'm reading, then to me that is the main thing. But yeah, so that's it for this video for today. I just wanted to let you guys know a bit more about what I actually do like to read. My next video, I think for my next video, I'm going to be doing a book tag, and it's going to be the Unpopular Opinions book tag. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, if you want to know more of my thoughts and opinions on these books, I will be linking my Goodreads down below in the description box. So feel free to follow me, friend me, anything on there, or just have a nosy about to see what my reviews are like. I'm on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at bookswithkatie, and I'll be putting that in the description box as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please, I would appreciate it so much. I'm really enjoying doing these videos, and hopefully I'll be doing a lot more in the future. Yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did, and I will see you very, very soon with another one. Bye!